Afternoon everybody, another Scottish edition of Scott's Corner, Thursday afternoon in my manor in Czechoslovakia. Right, massive week of football in Scotland and a massive day of transfer day today, as you know. 11:30 is when you can buy and you can sell in Scotland, okay? Sign that contract, sell that contract, get rid, bring people in. In England it's 11 o'clock. And in Scotland it is 11:30. Don't ask me why, check it out. If anybody knows, send me a comment a bit later. I would love to know. Right, first and foremost, well done. If you've not tuned in before, Webby the Sports Master. That was me on the radio many years ago, I keep thinking that. Webby Sports Roundup you tuned into. Right, if you haven't subscribed, it costs you nothing. Hit that like button, number one, and hit the subscribe button, number two, please. And any comments over the next 20 minutes, down below. And don't forget, Facebook page, give Foggy some love. Facebook page, Webby Sports Roundup. We always know I got me kiddie kilt from John from many moons ago. So that's me lucky mascot. Me sporran, I've left that in the drawer. So let's see what happens. Let's kick it off with one or two games of last week. We're off to Paisley Park first and foremost last week. Big Kevin the Scotsman, my good pal. St Mirren took on Rangers. They're trying to beat Celtic to the title this year and they're getting very close. Bit of a boring game, but Rangers won the game by 1-0. Celtic was very similar. Took on Ross County, poor side, but Celtic can only score one, beaten by 1-0. Watch highlights of that, another poor game. So to be honest with you, the two big boys not looking that good, but let's see what happens tonight by 11:30. Any more ins and outs? Let's go to Jambos, the Tynecastle. They took on Aberdeen. Big news about Aberdeen in a few minutes later on. Well, I've got in my little bit of a story later. The Jambos beat Aberdeen by 2-0. And then let's go down to Kilmarnock, the KILLIE boys taking on the HIBS. Big John, my pal Big John from HIBS. And don't forget John McGowan. Is it McCowan or McCab or something like that? Hey John, send me a message please, big man. Lives in the village. Sends me some bits and pieces over. Kilmarnock 2, Hibs 2, and it was 2. I think it was 2-0 to KILLIE first half as well. So Hibs, it was either one or the other. Wasn't too sure to be honest with you. Let's go down to lowly Livingston, 12th in the table. Took on Dens Park of Dundee, and they got absolutely murdered by 4-1 to Dundee. And they've only won 2 games all season, so not looking good for Livingston. Yeah, looking poor, isn't it, big boys? And last but not least, St Johnstone took on Motherwell, Big Tam Cowan and the boys, and ended up St Johnstone 1, Motherwell 1. Don't forget Celtic now, 5 points clear of the league, but Rangers game in hand, and if they win the game in hand, 2 points the difference. So a big shout out to Paul Stewart and to Jim Donaldson. They're looking to win that. Now, if they win that, if they win every game to the end of the season, they will win the league. Hard to believe, innit? But they got a great chance of doing that. Excuse me, got a scratch, itch. Right, and they got to play against Celtic in Ibrox in a few weeks' time. So that will be an absolute massive game. But above, let's have a look, see what we got. I've got some other bits of news on that one as well, to tell you the truth. Top goal scorer, Jambo Boy, 14 goals, Shanklin. Better news about that a little bit later on in the show. So Celtic 5 points clear, Rangers game in hand, followed by the boys behind of Jambos and Aberdeen are that low as well. Not doing very well at all. Right, let's get on to the Championship. Dundee United took on Dunfermline Saturday afternoon. Good crowd there, and I did watch a bit of it on the afternoon, I must admit. But to be honest with you, it was an absolute awful game at Tannadice. They really couldn't hit a barn door. Very few shots on target, and it ended up 0-0. Dundee United 0, Dunfermline 0. And Dunfermline 7th in the table. Second place Raith Rovers, who used to be top, they took on Inverness. A lot more goals in that, but they're on a bit of a really poor run there at the moment. That's their 4th loss this year, Raith Rovers, and they lost 3-2 at home to Inverness Cally Thistle. So second place Raith Rovers, still Dundee United in front, and it looks like they're the big favourites to win the championship and go back up to the SPL League with the big boys. Dundee United, 21 games, 45 points, and Raith Rovers now 22 and 44. So you got the game in hand, and if they win that, they'll go 4 points clear with a better goal difference. Liam Grimshaw, I watched you, played well. Well, the bits you did, big man, I watched you, and you played really, really well. Championship goal scorers, top goal scorers, Vaughan for Raith Rovers and Payton for Queen's Park. They both have 11 goals apiece. Right, let's drop down into Division 1, where it's a bit of a two-horse race. Alloa taking on Falkirk and Hamilton, who are second, taking on Montrose. Alloa 6 in the league, got an absolute thumping by top of the table, Falkirk, by 5 goals to nil, only 1-0 at half time. And 5 different goal scorers, so that proves that they're doing well and where their top 5 players have scored goals last weekend. Second place Hamilton took on Montrose, who are 4th, ending up 1 goal apiece. Falkirk 22 games, 17 wins, 5 draws and no losses, 56 points. Hamilton are second, 21 games, 13, 6 and 2, 11 points adrift. So Falkirk, massive favourites to be winners of Division 1 to go up into the Championship. Top goal scorer in the First Division, Cove Rangers, Barrow, 17 goals, and they're 3rd in the league. Now, I'll tell you what, hang on. I've got that. Yeah, a little bit of news about that a little bit later on. I thought it was. Stay tuned till the end of the show. Some great news. Right, let's move on to Division 2. Let's have a look. Peterhead, who were second, took on top of the table Stenhousemuir, and they beat them by 2 goals to 1 to Warrens Peterhead. Spartans, who were third, played East Fife, my East Fife boys at East Fife, and they beat them by 3 goals. So they'll give a bit of a pounding, to be honest with you. East Fife are 5th, and Spartans are 3rd to Warrens. Spartans cracking 3-0 win away from home in the Scottish First Division. Second Division, beg your pardon. Elgin, who are 9th, took on Dumbarton, who are 4th, and Dumbarton beaten by a goal to 0. I brought 4 games in, and the reason why, this is how tight it is in Division 2. Stenhousemuir got to win the league. They're running away with it. 2022, played 22, 59 points. Peterhead were second, 22 and 39. Spartans 20 and 36, and Dumbarton, 20 and 34 points. So very tight for 2nd, 3rd and 4th places. Now, top goal scorer, Division 2, Stenhousemuir, who would you expect? Aitken. Aitken has got 13 goals for the season, so well done to Mr. Aitken. Right, as we all know, I'm going to keep this short and sweet today. It's deadline day, okay? Deadline day, 11:30. It's your last chance for all you big boys, the managers, the people that are in charge of the clubs, whoever run it, to sign any new players, to keep them in the top, or to get them away from the bottom of the league, or to not obviously get relegated. Now, first, before we do that, I've got a big shout out. I did an hour, a couple of hours ago on one of you, I did a little bit of a minute vlog just to say, don't forget I'm doing my Scott's Corner. And this is what happened. A guy called Steve Sturton. Steve, how are you, big man? Thank you very much for sending a comment to my show. Big Cove Rangers boy. Where, I don't even know where that is in Scotland. Left, right, east, west, whatever. Anyway, he was brought up there. He's followed them since he was a kid. They took on Brora Rangers last week in the Cup, and they beat them by 3 goals to 1. And they're next away to Killie, to Kilmarnock in the next round in the Cup. Absolutely phenomenal. So well done to Steve Sturton of Cove Rangers. Don't forget, if there's anybody there who supports Dumbarton, say East Fife, Elgin, whatever, send me a comment, please. I don't want just Rangers, Celtic, Killie, Jambos, HIBS and what have you. I want everybody, anybody in Division 1, Division 2 or in the Championship, please. Right, as you all know, deadline day, 11:30, who knows why. First and foremost, last week, what's some news? Scott Brown, as you all know, he was at Fleetwood for a 12-month, got the sack. Ayr United took him on last week, played 2, City been there, and they won both of them. Played superb. They beat Arbroath 2-0, then they beat Queen's Park 2-1 away from home. So well done to Scott Brown. Don't forget, he was a legend. 3 big clubs. Hibby, 110 games. Alright, only played 24 games at Aberdeen, but it's Celtic, captained, and he played 407 times for Celtic. 55 games for Scotland with 4 goals, so he is a legend, and he's trying his game into management. So good luck to Scott Brown at Ayr United. I think Bobby Lennox was born up in Ayr United. He had a pub there, if I remember. Let's go on to Aberdeen. Yeah, you know what happened. Barry Robson, 45 years of age. He had a contract in made for a couple of years. He was given a 2-year. He was given interim management for a few months. They were in 8th in the league. He got 7 victories on the bounce under his hat. They played Dundee on Tuesday and drew 1-1. And what happened? They were 3rd last year. He got him into Europe. What happened? Get in the door. Boom. Close the door. What's the matter, bruv? He got the sack. Absolute horrendous. Gets the sack. But they are down to 8th in the league. So since he started there a few months ago, of May, then they just dipped big start. I mean, big start. Right. Move on to 1 or 2 ins and outs. Start with top table Celtic. Looks like Dave Turnbull looks as if he's going out the door. Cardiff City are the big favourites to side him tonight. Mickey Johnson, it looks as if he's off to the Baggies to play down at the Hawthorns in England. He's from Celtic as well. And don't forget, the big question is West Bromwich Albion. There's something big about them. What is it? Big quiz question. They have the highest football ground above sea level in the whole of Britain. Ask the question, people automatically think of Ross County all the way up in Scotland High, but no, it is the Hawthorns, highest football ground in Britain. Check it out on Google. What else we got? Bit of Rangers, 2nd in the league in the SPL. Oscar Cortez, that's confirmed. He has signed a brand new deal with them. Well done to Rangers. And the Jambos, Lawrence Shackland, contract is on the table. He's a young lad. Well, he's 27 years of age. That's still young. Scoring all the goals. Top goal scorer in the SPL. He's a teddy bear follower. Loved him. Is he going to go at the end of tonight? Time will tell. There's a contract on the table for the Jambos. Will he sign it, or is he going to go? If he goes, what sort of money? Let's talk about 3.5 million offering with 1.5 million with add-ons. So that's the big news with regards to those clubs. Right, a little bit more news. Butland, is he leaving Rangers? The goalie? No, not a dog chance. There was talk about Nottingham Forest coming in for him, but Forest have just taken another goalie, I think coming from Belgium, I think he is. Correct me if I'm wrong, and he's on the plane going over to have a medical. So there's no way Butland is leaving Rangers. Why should he? He's on a good deal. He's enjoying himself. They've got a great chance of winning the league to try and catch Celtic, and why should he? So defo Butland 100% is staying. Oh, watch this space. Celtic, Edam Ida on loan from Norwich. They got him this week. And a bit of KILLIE news. The manager McGuinness have just signed a 3.5-year extension. So well done to John and all the boys at KILLIE. Then that's great news, isn't it? He's done obviously well for them with a small budget. So good luck to John McGuinness with regards to that one. Dennis McGuinness, I think it is. But they're looking for a centre half, I believe, because Robbie Dees fractures his cheekbone last weekend playing for Kilmarnock, and he could be out for 6 weeks. So that could be the deal tonight. They're looking for a centre half. Will they get one or will they won't? Not too sure. Dundee United, I believe, in the Championship, they're looking for a centre half as well. But I think they're going to win the league anyway, aren't they? So if there's a few quid to spend and you want to make sure that you've got a good back four, if you get injury and you bring one on, then that's fine, isn't it? Listen, I've kept it short and sweet. Got things to do. We've got a big day tomorrow, WEBBY'S Sports Roundup. Because we've only got La Liga, well, SPL, Championship, Div 1, Div 2. There is little to talk about, but all I'm going to say is if you're followed with one of those clubs, whether it's a Championship, whether it's Elgin, or whether it's Inverness, Cali Thistle, Ross County, send a comment please. If you want a big shout out, send me a comment. I'll give a shout out on next week's show, or even on WEBBY'S Sports Roundup tomorrow. That'll be done. So all I'm going to say is good luck to all the teams tonight and all the clubs. Hope you get what player you want by 11:30. That's the deadline. I think you can still sign or do something, and you can still get the players tomorrow and what have you, but it's a bit more in-depth that, isn't it? So there's my kills. Sporran's left in there. So nice and quick. All I'm going to say is I hope you've enjoyed that little 10-15 minute spell, my little Scots Corner on a Thursday night. One day, next few weeks, when my pals come over, I'm going to get one or two interviews. I've got my pal Dominic, big Celtic fan, going to interview him. Alex, big Celtic fan, good pal of mine. But it is all the Rangers in at the moment, with Jim Donaldson, Paul Stewart and all the rest of them, what have you. But also, I hope whoever watched my first live last week at Moonlight Bar, thank you for Mick for that, went down absolutely brilliant. The only problem we had was the Wi-Fi, and what Tim did was nobody's business. He really got it on. Very hard it was for him, because the Wi-Fi in the area is a bit of a dead area, so it was very different. The position was great, the sea was great, looking over to it, but if you can't watch it on TV, but you can watch it on your phone. So last Tuesday was my very first live broadcast. I loved it. Thanks to all the boys that came on the show. But lots more things happening next week and the week after. We've got West Ham coming on, we've got Sunderland coming on, lots of things happening. So anyway, back to Scottish Corner. Good at Celtic, good at the Rangers, good at Aberdeen with a new manager when they find him. So I think it's the assistant have taken over. And good luck to KILLIE and HIBS and to Jambos, excuse me, and all the boys at the bottom and the top. Good luck to Stenhouse Mira, Falkirk, Hamilton, you know, good luck to you all. So all I'm going to say is, if you like what you hear and you like what you see, subscribe and like. And don't forget, Facebook page, WEBBY'S Sports Roundup. Give Foggy some love. That's what it is. I'll do it, it's a passion. So for me, Webby, have a great night everybody, and I'll speak to you soon. I'll go around and I'll turn it off. Have a good one. Okay, you do.